Hello. Hi. We have come up with some things that we want you guys to work on for vaulting at home for beginner 1. We want you to do some tree falls. So if you have a mattress, well, I hope you have a mattress, but if you have a mattress or a couch accessible, you can work on your tree falls. You're going to keep your arms by your side, keep your core really tight and your butt squeezing, and fall back. That was really good, Amber. Don't be old like Coach Amber. All right, Coach Amber, can you show us one where you stick your butt out first and your butt hits the mat? That would be what we don't want to do. So if you can, use a mirror or videotape yourself and look back on the video and make sure that you're staying straight the entire time that you fall, like this. Good. If you need a challenge, Coach Kaylin, do you want to show us a tree fall with arms by your ears? If you are super good at your tree falls and holding a nice tight body, then you're going to put your arms up by your ears and do your tree fall like this. And you really want your hands to hit at the same time that your butt hits. That is the goal. We also want you guys to be working on your sprinting so that you can run super fast for your stretch, jump, kick, handstand, flat back for exhibition. Get outside or find a large place in your house. And the thing about gymnastics vault sprinting is that you want to speed up the whole time. So Coach Kaylin's gonna go down there at the end of the vault runway and she's gonna show you slow, medium, fast. And then she's just gonna run off to the side of the springboard because you guys don't have springboards. But you're just gonna practice your sprinting. You're gonna start slow, then you're gonna go medium, then extra fast at the end. Ready, set, go. Slow, medium, fast. So you want to increase your speed as you come to the springboard, and you definitely don't want to slow down because that's going to kill all of your power. If you have any carpet in your house, we recommend that you do this onto carpet. Find a higher surface. Make sure that it is below the level of your hip. We don't want to go, from way too high because that could hurt. But we're going to work on our safety landings also for vault. So you're going to stand up on a surface, put your arms out in front of you, jump, and safety landing position. You're going to keep both of your knees bent and they're going to be shoulder distance apart. So make sure your knees aren't touching. Show us knees touching with feet out. You don't want to do that because that's going to put a lot of unnecessary pressure on your knees. So you're going to make sure your knees are shoulder width. We also want you guys to try 2 different kinds of skips to help us with our hurdle. These are skips with arm circles. So notice her arms are going backwards and swooping back up and around as she's lifting her leg. Try to keep your timing really consistent. It's very difficult. The next thing we want you to try with skipping is to do skips with running arms. Perfect. This is a video of your exhibition routine. You're going to start down at the end of the vault runway. Make sure you salute before you begin. Run, speed up as you're going, stretch, jump, land on the mat, reaching nice and tall. Walk to the edge of the mat so that you don't fall off. Kick into a handstand and fall flat on your back. You get 2 vaults at exhibition, so you walk down nice and slow so that you can catch your breath. You're going to stand there and wait for your coach to tell you to go. You're going to do your salute again, and it is the exact same vault. So you're still going to run and do a stretch jump, kick handstand, and fall flat on your back. On this one, notice how I'm reaching up nice and tall for the stretch jump, and in the handstand, I'm not archy and I'm not piked, so I'm a straight line, and then I fall down onto my back, and then salute at the end. Your exhibition vault routine is a jump to front support, cast, back hip circle, and cast off dismount. We're going to show you that again one more time. In a jump to front support, you're going to keep your arms really straight. Make sure you jump up high onto the bar. Arms stay straight. In a cast, keep those arms straight. Back hip circle, this is going to be your banana shape or your hollow shape into a pike. And then throw yourself off the bar for your cast off dismount. All right. Say hello to Captain. Hi, Captain. Say hi to everybody. All right, so we're gonna be working on the shape that we do a back hip circle in, which is called a hollow shape. It makes you look like a little banana. So what we want you to do is practice levitating, practice your hollow shape. So you're gonna get into this position first, then you're gonna put one leg out in front of you, you're gonna switch, and then you're gonna try to hold both legs up. You can pause the video right here and try to hold each position for 20 seconds. If you have a pool noodle or a PVC pipe or anything of this shape at home, you can use this to help you with your bar shaping. So Coach Amber is going to grab the pool noodle. She's going to get into her hollow position, and she's going to get in that shape that we go around the bar in for a back hip circle. You guys can pause it right here and try to hold for 30 seconds. What you don't want to do is bend your knees and arch your back. You want your back pressed into the ground and your legs straight. To practice the cast shape right before your back hip circle, we want you to find something about the height of this spotting block and put your hands on it and try to get into a cast shape. So you're going to hold your body really tight, keep pressure through your arms, and if you are really good at this, you can lean your shoulders forwards, pretend you're leaning over the bar, and then come back to that same position. And then lean your shoulders forwards again and come back to that position. Try to do that as many times as you can before your muscles get too tired. You're gonna really be squeezing your core at this point. Where's your core, Coach Amber? You're gonna really squeeze your core.
Alright guys, now we're gonna show you something that you can do if you have a bar at home or maybe monkey bars at home. Coach Victoria is gonna show you a chin hang, holding our chin above the bar with a really tight body. Something else that you could do is chin lower downs, where you start at the top of the bar and lower down slowly and controlled.
Headed over to balance beam, we want you guys to start memorizing your balance beam routine for exhibition. It starts with a mount, and then it moves on to a stretch jump. After your stretch jump, you're going to do a pivot turn. Then a lever or a forward roll. The lever only goes down to horizontal.
And tuck jump dismount.
Walk to the end of the balance beam and do a tuck jump dismount. Pause the video here and see if you can remember all of that.
If you have any tape at home, you can put it down in a line on the floor. And balance beams are about 16 feet long, well, exactly 16 feet long, but your balance beam routine only takes up about 8 feet. So if you have 5 to 8 feet of space, you should be all right to do this. So just take a piece of tape and put it down on your floor. Miss Kaylin's going to show us our beam routine, and I'm going to talk about some of the mistakes that are often made in this beam routine. When you stand up for your mount, you want to make sure that you stand up nice and tall and that your chest is the first thing to stand up and not your bottom. Can you show us a bad mount, how you're down in that tuck position and you put your bottom up first and then drag your top half along? Yeah, we don't want to look like the top half of our body is just along for the ride. We want to look like we are reaching high to the sky as we stand up. So Miss Kaylin, can you show us a good one? She's going to reach her hands up really high and stand up. Go ahead and pause the video and practice that 10 times where you reach your chest up nice and tall before you stand up. It's going to be really hard to balance with your chest up if your bottom is not far enough down on your heels. Can you show us how far your bottom is down close to your heels when you're in a squat position? Now you're going to put your chest up and hands up. Yep. So you want to hold this position and then stand up. If you're not in that position, it's going to be really difficult and you're going to lean forwards. After you do your mount, you're going to take a step forwards and you are going to make sure that your feet are in puzzle piece position, which means that they are interlocked, one slightly in front of the other, and you're going to make sure that your dominant foot or your good foot is in front of the other. When you do a stretch jump, you can put your arms down by your side, swing them up into the air and reach tall, and then land. And swing your arms back around when you finish. All right, let's try it one more time. So that's called a plie, bend, plie, stretch, jump, land. Super. When you are practicing your stretch jump at home, we want you to do 5 to 10 stretch jumps, and make sure as you do your stretch jumps, you are pointing your toes when you come up off the floor. Point. Show us one with flexed toes. Yeah, we don't want to look like that. We want to really push through our feet so that we can get as high up off the balance beam as possible. The next skill in this routine is a pivot turn. When you do a pivot turn, you're going to reach up really high. Pretend that your head is attached to a string and it is lifting you up. You're going to step into your pivot turn, so you're going to go step, lock. You can put your non-dominant or your dominant foot in front, but we prefer your non-dominant. You're going to turn the direction of your back leg. So if your back leg is your left leg, you're going to turn to the left. Let's do that again, Miss Kaylin, so that we can show them. Yes. So you're going to turn towards the direction of the back leg. Can you show us what happens if you turn the wrong way? Your legs get locked and you're going to fall off the balance beam. So make sure that you are turning the correct direction. Your back foot is the foot that you're going to turn towards. Oh, she totally would have fallen off the balance beam. Try one more time. One foot in front of the other, lock, which means they're close together, and then you're going to pivot turn, and then drop, and finish. See how many pivot turns you can do in a row without wobbling on a line. The next skill in your routine is a lever or a forward roll. If you are on hard floor right now, we do not recommend doing a forward roll. That will probably hurt you, but you can practice your lever. A lever starts in a lunge position with your dominant foot out in front. Dominant foot is your happy foot, or the foot that you use most often. So Miss Kaylin has her left foot out in front. She's got her arms up by her ears and a nice straight line from her fingertips all the way down to her back heel. She's gonna lean forwards, straighten out her base leg, and go to her nice horizontal lever position, and then come back to the lunge. If you feel yourself getting off balance, come back to that lunge as quickly as possible, because your lunge position is the most stable position. If you have something like a couch around you, you can do your lunge and lean over and touch the couch and make sure your body is in a nice stretched out horizontal lever position, and then come back to a lunge to practice. If not, it is fine just doing it on a line. If you are on a nice soft surface and do want to practice your forward roll on the balance beam, it is a little bit difficult because on a forward roll on the balance beam, you do reach underneath the balance beam. If you do have a floor balance beam at home, maybe 2 panel mats, you can lift up your floor balance beam to reach your hands underneath it. If you do not and you're just on a soft carpet or a mat, you can put one foot slightly in front of the other, staggering your feet in the puzzle piece position, reach up high, reach down onto the line, tuck your head in, look at your belly button, roll, and then stay laying down, almost like that. Stay laying down, because you're going to grab underneath the balance beam. You're going to pretend, and you are going to either put one foot in front of the other to stand up, or you're going to use your legs, wrap them around the balance beam, and help you stand up. If you have a really strong core, you can stand up just like this. But that's really hard. So you can practice that a few times. You can even practice it trying to stand up on one leg. Can you stand up on one leg, Miss Kaylin? Try to stay on the line. Put one leg. Oh, that was a good try. You guys can try that for a challenge. When it comes to your dismount, you can step up onto something that is not super high, and you are going to do your tuck jump. Make sure your knees come into your belly and do a safety landing. We want you to give that a try a few times and see if you can stick 5 in a row. If you stick something, it means that your feet do not move after they hit the ground, that they are stuck to the ground. Can you show us a stick, Miss Kaylin? See, that would not be a stick, but she's going to try again, and she's really going to stick it this time. And that would be a stick, because her feet did not move after they touched the ground. Try to see if you could do that 5 times in a row. For your floor routine, we're going to make sure that you salute before and after and finish every single skill. Coach Amber is quickly going to run through your floor routine for you. To begin, you can start with a forward roll or a backward roll. Next, you have a half turn. A chasse leap. And then a handstand or a cartwheel. You guys can start picking out your floor music. Floor music can be any instrumental version of your favorite song. It can have words in it, but we prefer that it does not, because in competitive gymnastics, we don't have any words in our floor music. You guys can go onto YouTube and watch some examples of floor routines. If you look at our YouTube channel, we post a lot of floor routines that we do at competitions, and you guys can see some of the music choices that we use. But you guys can pretty much use anything. Just have it ready to go when we get back up to running our regular classes. You guys can practice that floor routine over your music if you would like to. There is no time limit on it, so you can take your time. Just try to do only one of each skill in your floor routine, so make sure that the one you do is your very best. If you're on a soft surface, we want you to practice standing up out of your forward roll. So you're going to do a rock and roll, and then use both of your legs, push through them, and stand up. One more time. Guys, practice 3 sets of 10 of those. So that's going to be 30 total. If you are allowed to draw on yourself, we recommend using an expo marker because they come off super easily. Stand with your feet together, fall forwards, and catch yourself. Whichever foot you use to catch yourself is probably your dominant foot. So I want you to go onto your dominant foot, and you're going to draw a smiley face because that is your happy foot. You guys are going to put your happy foot out in front to practice your half turn in a lunge position. And you're going to bend your happy arm. So if your happy foot is your right foot, you're going to bend your right arm. When you do your half turn, you're going to go in the direction of the arm that is bent. So what that means is that if your arm is bent this way, that's your arrow pointing this way, and you're going to turn to the right if you're a righty. When you do your half turn, you make sure you go up high on releve. Releve means on tippy toes. High on releve, and then step out and finish. Using that happy foot, you're going to put your silly foot out in front, so the one without the smiley face on it. This is going to be for your chasse leap. You're going to put your silly foot out in front. You're going to do a little gallop or a little chasse and click your feet together, and it's going to end up so that your silly foot is still in front at the end of your chasse. I wish that it would show me. There. So that your silly foot is still in front at the end of your chasse, and your happy foot is behind. You're then going to step onto your silly foot and leap onto your happy foot. You're going to end in a nice plie arabesque position. Let's try one more. So chasse, leap. Nice. To practice our cartwheels and our handstands and our levers, we're going to get into a lunge position in front of something that is about as high as this spotting block. What we're going to do is lift up our back leg as our arms go down to touch it. So you want to look like a seesaw. You don't want to have any bend in your body. Can you show us one that has a bend in their body? So if they put their arms down first and then they pick up their leg. Yeah, we want to make sure that we have a straight line between our hands and our heel. Go ahead and do one more. Also notice that Miss Kaylin's base leg, which is the leg that stays on the ground the whole time, is staying straight as she goes through the levering position until she comes back to that lunge. So it's straight, and then she comes back to lunge and bends it. You're going to do this on both legs because when you do a cartwheel, the way that you land your cartwheel is in a lunge on your silly foot. So let's do that lever. So this is coming back up. Whoops. See, that one's a little bit more difficult. But this is coming back up out of the cartwheel. You're going to be on your silly foot. It is a lot harder to keep the base leg straight on this one because usually our hamstrings, the muscle that goes behind our kneecap is a little bit less flexible on our silly leg. So really work hard to keep that leg straight until you get back into that lunge position and keep your body straight. Let's try to do 10 on each leg. If you have a pretty good cartwheel and you are not landing on your head at the gym, you can go ahead and practice your cartwheel at home. Take your piece of tape, put it onto the floor. Make sure it's a soft floor. Don't do this on any hardwood surface, maybe a carpet or if you have a mat. And what you're going to try to do is aim yourself so that when you practice your cartwheel, you're going to land with your silly foot in front of the line and your happy foot behind the line. So you're going to try to gauge how far your cartwheel is going to go. Put yourself into your lunge position. Your hands are going to go the correct direction. So if you're a righty, your hands are going to aim to the right. If you're a lefty, your hands are going to aim to the left. Cartwheel. Land 1 foot in front and 1 foot behind. I'm going to try it one more time for you guys. Starting your lunge. Cartwheel. 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind. Back to the lunge. When you land, look down and make sure that your silly foot is in front of the line and your happy foot is behind the line and you're still in your nice pretty lunge position. Kaylin just went to grab the marker because she's going to draw on her feet now, and we are going to show you what the challenge of the week for beginner 1 gymnastics is. Go ahead and fall. Well, don't really fall, but pretend you're about to fall and catch yourself. And she put her left leg out in front, so that is her happy foot. She's going to draw a smiley face on her left leg. Way to go, Miss Kaylin. You are awesome. And then she is going to stand on it. The challenge is to see if you guys can do, the lighting is so terrible here, if you guys can do your half turn on a releve the whole time. And what's a releve, Miss Kaylin?
Tippy toe.
Tippy toe. So you're going to try to keep your heel off the ground. Can you show us one that would be incorrect? Do you see how low her heel was to the ground that whole time? Now she's going to show us one that's really high up on releve, and this is your challenge, to stay up on that high releve for the whole turn before you come down. So if you can, go ahead and take a video of you doing your half turn on a high releve and send it to us so that we can see. If you have any questions about anything else that we talked about today, you can take videos, send them to us, and we will answer any questions, make any corrections. Or if you guys just have a question and you don't have a video to send us, feel free to comment below. Bye guys, we'll see you soon.